Hi, it's Chris again with C&H Auto Accessories coming from Margate, Florida. And what do we have today? Well, we have kind of a rare truck. We have the GMC with the Carbon Pro bed that we put a RetraxOne MX on. But before we get started, hit that like button, get it out of the way. We know you're going to like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Stay up to date with all these great new products. Also, if you have questions, that is our telephone number. Now, you're welcome to ask questions on the bottom of the YouTube video. I try to answer them as quickly as I can, but if you're looking for a fast answer, that's the best way you go. Also, I'll go and put a link of this product at the bottom of this YouTube video so you can check pricing. So that being said, come on over here. We got this nice GMC Denali Sierra 1500. Has a lot of the features. It's got the multi-pro tailgate on here, and it's got the Carbon Pro bed. Now, before we get started, go ahead, John, get a good look on this. Now, this is, again, the RetraxOne MX. The MX refers to the rails. The rails are a flat rail. This is a nice traditional rail. And the one refers to the part that rolls. Okay, that's a polycarbonate versus a aluminum. So it's going to save you a little bit of money on that. It's got a nice low profile look here. And you do have aluminum here, and aluminum up front. Also, I want you, if you can see this little strip here from where John's at, this is one of the few covers that actually seals the canister when it's closed. Most covers do let water in, but it does drain it out. This is one of the few that's actually sealed. So let's go into how she looks. Now, also, it has a 300-pound weight capacity with a lifetime warranty on here. So let's go open this up. Now, I always tell people the pros and cons. The negative on this one, it's basically you only have the driver's side handle versus some have you can open either or. This is just one side. The RetraxOne is less money, somewhere around $500 less, but it doesn't hold as much weight on here. It's going to be 300 pounds versus the 500 for the Pro, but looks-wise, they're about the same. So let's go ahead and I'll show you some really cool features here. Now, let's go to open this all the way up here. Now you can look underneath the Retrax. You can see there's plenty of room underneath there. And of course, as I open this up, you can see the Carbon Pro bed. Now, a lot of people, when they get these Carbon Pro beds, they're lighter beds, and they're very strong, and they're lightweight, and that's why a lot of people buy these. They want a stronger bed that weighs a little less. Now, that's the great part. The negative part is most covers do not work with the Carbon Pro bed. Now, a lot of people get confused. They think, oh, it's a spray-in. No, it's not a spray-in. It's a Carbon Pro bed. It looks like a spray-in, but it's not. And they're harder to install these. Now, like I said, when you're dealing with us, I try to give you all the good stuff, and I'll mention things that you might have to take consideration. When you get a Retrax Pro, there's a rail that goes on first. Now, you can't see it because it's behind this rail here, but it has to attach first, so this rail has something to attach to. A lot of the trucks are like that. The Honda Ridgeline, of course, the Carbon Pro, and there's a few others out there. You had to put a rail on first before the Retrax can go on. Beyond that, it's pretty good. Now, if you notice the drainage system, we don't put it in the floor. We always like to put it to the side, and we go as high as we can. And the reason is if you're putting stuff in the bed, you don't want to accidentally catch the drainage system. Now, I know a lot of people put it directly into the floor, and what happens, let's say you got some lumber and you're sliding it forward, it knocks them out all the time. Have them up and out of the way, there's less chance of things catching them. So that's why we do it that way. There's a lot of things we do are a little different maybe than in directions, but over the years we found it better for our customer. Now, I want to show you another feature that the Retrax is kind of the only ones doing, unless it's electric cover. Now, as manual covers, they all have what you call stops. You have either every 8 inches, every 12 inches, etc., or some it's all the way open, all the way closed, and nothing in between. This one, how this is set up, you can lock it anywhere along the track. And that's a really good benefit. So let's say you have something big in here and you want to take the cover and kind of hold the item in place, you can do that. Again, the Retrax is the only one doing that. So again, if I want to lock it in place here, not a problem. I can lock it anywhere along the track. So really nice feature. Another nice thing is, now remember I showed you the seal up front. Let's take a look and I'll show you the seal here on the tailgate. So this is going to do a very good job because it sits on top of the tailgate and it covers more of the tailgate for keeping water out, by the way. Now, speaking of water, and this is kind of a problem with customers. Sometimes they get these covers and they really think that they're buying a watertight setup. Now, they cannot say these are watertight. They cannot say they're waterproof. They can say they're weather resistant. They can say they're water resistant. Now, the Retrax is probably one of the best ones for water, and for three things. One is the rail here. See how wide that rail is? And that does a really good job at sealing the sides. Two is the thing I mentioned earlier, which is this is the one that seals the canister while it is closed. Now, why is that a benefit? I'll tell you why. Sometimes you get a really bad rainstorm, or you're going through a car wash and the water's going to the canister and it's filling up faster than it can drain out. Retrax, in their wisdom, said, you know what, when it's closed, we don't want the water in the canister. Now, if there's water sitting on the cover, you open up and the water goes in the canister, no big deal, drains out very easily. So this is one reason. The rails are two reasons. And of course, the third reason why this is really good for water is this seal here and how this comes out a little further on the tailgate. Now I want to show you something on the tailgate. This is a multi-function tailgate. You got this little groove. Unfortunately, this is a great feature, but it can let water in there. Now I know a couple times people ask me to put a little foam in there, and you can, but unfortunately the more you open it, sometimes the foam will come off. So if you have a multi-function tailgate, you're going to get a little bit more of a water issue. So, and the cover really can't fix it because that's how it's designed here, but we can do our best. That's all you can do. Now, if you notice here, when I close this lock here, I'm pushing it from the top. I get these, occasionally people buy these and they're like, it's not locking. Like, yeah, you have to push it from the top. Now, if you see this little seal over here, this is to keep the water from getting into the lock. Now, in Florida, that's not really a big deal. But up north, the water gets in the lock and it gets cold. Guess what? You put your key in there. I can't get my key because it's frozen in there. So Retrax puts this seal over there so that doesn't happen. Now let's go ahead and close this up. And I forgot I'm going to show you one more thing. As you can see, it does have the little arm in there. Let's see here. As you can see, you can use your handle. It does not have to come off. I know on some of the earlier models, on some, depending on the cover, by the way, this had to come off. Not anymore. So that's a non-factor, which is great. Let's just close this up. And we're going to close this up here for you. Now you can see the little seal here. I'm going to go ahead and open this top part here. There we go. So, as you can see, you can still use your multi-function tailgate. So if you have those long fishing poles, wherever it is, everything works. So you don't really lose anything here with this cover, which is really nice. Now, with the lifetime warranty, it's great coverage. Now, if we put it in for you, we're going to put a 1-year labor guarantee on what we have done today, which covers adjustments and things of that nature. If you did have a defect on the cover and they send a new cover, we'll reinstall it free of charge. I know a lot of places will charge you for that. With our 1-year labor guarantee, that's all covered by us. Again, if you live in Florida, come here, let us put it on for you. If you don't live in Florida, we can ship this anywhere in the country. That's right. About close to almost 50% of our business is online now. We still do stuff here in the store, but most of the time we're shipping it to Texas and California, Hawaii, Puerto Rico, everywhere. So if you live anywhere in the continental USA and even outside the continental USA, we could pretty much ship it to you. Now, I did get some requests from different places like Ireland, which is a little tougher to do, by the way. But we can give us a call wherever you're at. We'll do our best to get it to you. And the nice thing, if you buy from us and you're doing the installation, especially like on the Carbon Pro beds, they are a little trickier for the install. Remember, I mentioned that in the beginning of the video. So you might get in there and say, you know what, I'm having a problem. I'll call RealTruck. Well, today I had to call RealTruck because I had a question. 40 minutes on the phone. Finally, I gave up. If you buy from us, you have a question on the install, call us. We'll pick up the phone right away. We'll answer your questions right away. And that's the benefit of dealing with us. You know, we're all here to help you out. Now, unfortunately, if you decide to buy it from somewhere else, well, I'm not going to be helping you with the instructions on the install because we're just too busy to help other people's customers. We're able to help our customers, but other people's customers, they have to be answered questions from somewhere else. Again, I'm Chris with C&H Auto Accessories, and don't forget, like and subscribe. And this is a review of the RetraxOne MX on the GMC Sierra Denali 1500 with the Carbon Pro bed. Thank you.